with his speech.
I apologize to everybody who made their way here. I do not have an actual written or prepared statement, but I am the president and founder of the MSD Improv Club, so hopefully I get something in.
Ryan, what's your last name again?
Deitsch. Ryan Deitsch. D-E-I-T-S-C-H. What can I say? What can I say that everyone else hasn't already put so eloquently, that all my fellow students have surprised me with? For the longest time, I've only perceived Douglas as a school of just entitled children and those who jewel. And now I'm left thinking that these are powerful speakers. This is the future. I've seen before me, my friends, people that I've known since even third grade, have been standing next to me and have been speaking out against what is wrong. And what is wrong is that the life of innocence is being taken day after day after day. And it does not matter what we say. It does not matter how many people die. The legislature, those in power, have not taken action. They've been using their words. They've using political double talk as much as they can. And it's not a weapon that I want them to be able to use anymore. They can walk around any question they want, but the more they don't act, the more they don't deserve to be in office. The more that I know, me and my friends, we are turning 18. I am a senior. I'm 18 myself now. I can vote, and I know who I'm not voting for. These people that I've been meeting with, these people that I've seen, none of them have really put it into words what needs to be done. And I will say that I am a high school senior. I do not know the exact course of action to take. I do not know exactly what needs to be done. I just know what we're doing now is nowhere near enough. If I have to keep seeing neighbors die, if I have to keep seeing friends die, and I have to keep seeing other people on the news deal with this same tragedy, they do not deserve this. America does not deserve this. Humanity does not deserve this. And I'd just like to go into saying that overall the media is doing their job, and I appreciate it. But I'd like to say that during the time where we are going to funerals, where people are grieving, I know for a fact that yesterday I walked out of Carmen Centrop's funeral early because I cannot handle that type of grieving. I cannot handle being in there mourning over the loss of somebody that I have known for at least the past 6 years. And I'd just like to say that when I see a camera tracking me as I cry walking out of a church, that is not acceptable. That popularizes the idea that if these killers are out there, if they have these guns, they will use them to get on some leaderboard. I saw this the next morning after the shooting. There was a top 10 shootings in America, and we were at number 9, I believe. There should not be some rating score. You should not be able to put in a name at the end of that to say that I'm the one who shot up 19. I'm the one who shot 23. Well, I shot 50. These people are looking for infamy. These people are going out there, getting attention, and America should not stand for that. I'd also just like to say, overall, me and my friends, they have really shown me what we can do. They've shown me that everyone who's come out today, they are listening, that people are listening to this. And I am so happy to see that people are listening, but they need to act, and we need to act. And I know we have the school walkouts already being planned. We have the March on Washington, March 24th. But I fear, after talking to representatives today, that that is not enough. That one trip to Tallahassee I knew was not going to be enough, but I don't know how many times I'm going to be having to come up here to just speak, to have somebody to listen to me. I know I've been walking into office after office after office, and I've maybe only spoken to 3 representatives, 2 of which already agreed with me. I want to see those people who have spoken out against this. I want to see those people who shot down that bill, who did not let it get past committee. I want to see those people. I'm not here for a fight. I'm not here to argue with you. I just want to speak. I just want to see your face and know why. And Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to introduce Alfonso Calderon.
First and foremost, I'd just like to thank everybody for giving us this platform, and Senator Rader from Parkland, who came here. If there's one thing I want everybody here today to remember about this, is we're just kids. I know myself, I'm only 16. I'm a junior in high school. Most of my worries are, what show am I going to watch at 6 p.m.? When do I do my homework? How do I fit in rehearsals for theater? I know for my other colleagues it's sports or maybe film, but everybody needs to remember, we are just children. A lot of people think that that disqualifies us from even having an opinion on this sort of matter, as if maybe because we've been through a traumatic experience that we don't know what we're talking about, that we're speaking irrationally. And I want everybody to remember that is not the case. We, more than anybody else, understand the violence that comes through certain guns. We, more than anybody else, understand what it feels like to lose somebody. We, more than anybody else, understand what it's like to have a beautiful community like Parkland and have it taken away from us by the media and by everyone else and by Nicholas Cruz, who just ruined its image. Parkland is a beautiful, safe town, and it is now ruined. I know, personally, I'm probably going to live there for a pretty long time, and it's not going to be the same. It's always going to be, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you're from Parkland. I want everybody to remember, we are just kids. I'm sorry, it's difficult to talk about this sort of thing, because not even more than a week ago, I was worried about a math test. I was worried about having a school show for the children in the elementary school just a road down. The way people today have greeted us, or not greeted us, as acknowledged by Ryan, is that we aren't being taken seriously enough. Now, I personally don't know the steps that we're going to have to take, but once we figure that out, we're going to take them, and you better believe we're going to take them as soon as possible. Because although we are just kids, we understand. We know. We are old enough to understand financial responsibilities. We are old enough to understand why a senator cares about re-election or not. We are old enough to understand why someone might want to discredit us for their own political purposes. But we will not be silenced. It has gone on long enough that just because we are kids, we are not allowed to understand. But trust me, I understand. I was in a closet, locked for 4 hours with people who I would consider almost family, crying and weeping on me, begging for their lives. I understand what it's like to text my parents, goodbye, I might never ever get to see you again, I love you. I understand what it's like to fear for your life. And I don't think we should ever be discredited because of that. I don't think we should ever be silenced because we are just children. I feel like that is powerful, and it is one of the only reasons this movement is where it is right now. I am extremely, extremely angry and sad. And I don't know if I'm going to be traumatized because of this. I don't know if I'm going to have faith in my state and local government anymore. Because what I saw today was discouraging. But I want everybody here today to know, we will not be discouraged. We will not falter. We will not stop this movement, because this is more than just us. This is everybody in America. This is for every single kid who fears for their life. This is more than Parkland. This is more than Florida. This is more than the United States. This is something serious. It is about human lives. Please, I beg and I demand that every single person in power who has the ability to change the fear that kids feel going back to school, that they do something. Because I want everybody to know, I'm supposed to be going back to school in less than a week. And I'm not ready. I don't think anybody here is ready. I don't think anybody here is ready to go back to class and just have an empty seat. And you know that that empty seat is because someone's dead. Because somebody lost their lives. And I don't know how I'm going to cope with it. I've spoken to grief counselors, but grief counselors can only do so much. What we need is action. And we need it now more than ever. Because people are losing their lives. And it is still not being taken seriously. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take to get some people to realize this is more than just re-elections. This is more than just political gain. This is more than conspiracy theories and people trying to disqualify us from even having an opinion. This matters to me more than anything else in my entire life. And I want everybody to know, I personally, I'm prepared to drop out of school. I am prepared to not worry about anything else besides this. Because change might not come today. It might not come tomorrow. It might not even come March 24th when we march for our lives down in Washington. But it's going to happen, and it's going to happen before my lifetime because I will fight every single day. And I know everyone else here will fight for the rest of their lives to see sensible gun laws in this country and so that kids don't have to fear going back to school. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Sarah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Chadwick, and I'm a junior at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. MSD is not only my school, but my home. And on February 14th, 2018, an intruder broke into my home and robbed 17 innocent souls of a chance to impact the world. These outstanding and compassionate eagles left us too soon due to the lack of gun control in our state and country. This atrocious act not only broke the hearts of our community, but broke the hearts of the entire world. We cry, we mourn, and most importantly, we ask why. I've been asking that question a lot lately, and I haven't gotten an answer that has satisfied me. So we came up with a solution to the answer that we would never gotten. And it has a name: Never Again. Because never again should a child be afraid to go to school. Never again should students have to protest for their lives. Never again should an innocent life be taken while trying to gain an education. And never again should I feel guilty to be alive because Peter, Carmen, Scott, Feist, Hickson, Meadow, Jamie, Alyssa, Joaquin, Helena, Nick, Alana, Cara, Martin, Luke, Gina, and Alex are not. That is why we have organized this revolution. For them. A revolution created by students for students. Because at the end of the day, we're all positive, we're all passionate, and we're all proud to be an Eagle. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce my good friend, Sophie Whitney.
Okay, I'm gonna make this quick. Hi, my name is Sophie Whitney, and I'm a senior at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, the place I have called home for 4 years, the place that I have felt safer more than anything, the place where over a week ago the biggest thing that ever happened was probably just a good season of baseball. But for the rest of history, we will now be known as that high school where the biggest high school mass shooting occurred. With other shootings by this point, most people would have forgotten about us, but not this time. My classmates and I are probably the most determined group of people you will ever meet. People are talking about how we aren't serious because we're children, but have you heard my friends talk? We're serious. We are here to discuss with our state legislators how we can prevent what happened to us, but as Alfonso said, I'm feeling a little discouraged about that. I don't want this to happen again. I wouldn't wish what happened to us on my worst enemy, because no one should ever have to go through what we went through. 17 of our classmates and teachers were murdered at the hands of a mentally unstable monster, something that easily could have been prevented by a proper background check and a mental health exam. An evil boy with a weapon of war took 17 people from their families. How many more people have to die before something changes? We will not let those 17 beautiful souls die for nothing because we are going to make a change. We will not give up. This is the beginning of our history. Please be on the right side of it. Help us. Help us so children don't fear for going to school. Help us so mass shootings aren't inevitable. Help us so our children, our grandchildren, and their children after that don't have to march for their lives. Help us for our 17 fallen brothers and sisters. Help us so no one else dies. Thank you.